Hi, so in this video, we are going to talk about the aortic stenosis. The topics of cardiology seems very difficult, but these are easy. So let's talk about the aortic stenosis. First of all, we know it is the overall most common congenital heart valvular lesion. The most common congenital heart disease is perimembranous variety of VSD. Okay, so the etiology could be, as we know, there would be narrowing. So there are many etiology for this. For example, there can be pediatric presentation, senile presentation. In pediatric, we will see the bicuspid aortic valve is involved, or it can be unicuspid. Bicuspid is seen in my Turner syndrome. Then unicuspid aortic valve causes more severe disease as compared to bicuspid variety, as the ability of valve to allow left ventricle blood to aorta is severely hampered. So let's talk about the old age. In this, there is fibrocalcification, which will lead to the senile presentation. That is the degenerative calcification associated with atherosclerosis. That is lead to the involvement of abdominal aorta and root of aorta and around the aortic valve, the area around the aortic valve. So as the disease progresses, there is differentiation of fibroblast and myofibroblast into osteoclast and lead to deposition of bone matrix in valve. That is the calcification of valve that leads to the stenosis, aortic stenosis. That is simple thing. But just because of this thing, the balloon dilatation and valvuloplasty is contraindicated, because agar if we'll do balloon dilatation and somehow there will be defragmentation of calcified valve, it can lead to the stroke, right? Just read it. Because it can lead to defragmentation of calcified valve and fragments may get lodged into brain causing stroke, right? So there are other factors like rheumatic fever can be the one, that is the commissural fusion and scarring of valve cusp. That is the normal aortic valve surface area is 2.5 to 3 centimeter square, but here it will be less than 1 centimeter square. So there are some other causes like the mediastinal radiation, Hodgkin, and there is Schwann complex. Schwann complex is associated with pediatric age group. That is, there will be parachute mitral valve, supravalvular mitral membrane, subvalvular aortic stenosis, and coarctation of aorta. The clinical feature is in this, it is more in female, of course. So male is to female ratio is 2 is to 4 is to 1. Sorry, it is more in males. The bicuspid aortic valve has autosomal dominant pattern of inheritance, so they can ask us about the gene, that is Notch1 gene. In old age geriatric population, hypertension may lead to aortic stenosis. There is a triad, that is the sad triad of aortic stenosis: syncope, angina, and dyspnea. So syncope on exertion, angina secondary to LVH, and dyspnea secondary to increase left ventricular end diastolic pressure. So what this left end diastolic pressure is doing, it increases as the result of hypertrophy of left ventricle. It leads to increased left arterial pressure, leads to congestion in lung and pulmonary edema, and that will lead to dyspnea. In simple term, अगर लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल एंड डायस्टोलिक प्रेशर बढ़ेगा, सो देर विल बी हाइपरट्रॉफी ऑफ लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल, राइट? अगर लेफ्ट हाइपरट्रॉफी ऑफ लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल होएगी तो उसकी वजह से लेफ़्ट आर्टियल प्रेशर बढ़ जाएगा, और लेफ़्ट आर्टियल प्रेशर की वजह से कंजेशन मिलेगा हमें लंग्स में, एडेमा मिलेगा, और उसकी वजह से डिस्निया होगा, राइट? सो ऑन एग्जामिनेशन वी कैन सी द पल्सस parvus et tardus, that is the slow rise with delayed peak, anacrotic shudder, and carotid trill due to increase in ejection velocity, right? In severe aortic stenosis, the aortic valve area is less than 1 centimeter square and less than 0.6 centimeter square, that is the body surface area. So one more thing we need to understand: the volume of blood going from left ventricle to aorta decreases, but the velocity will increase, right? So let's see apex speed. Okay, apex speed will be there, then it is due to secondary hypertrophy of left ventricle. So there is heaving, that is impulse hits your finger and lift it up. Displacement will be there, that is felt in both 5th and 6th intercostal spaces. Then we'll talk about the split, that is the narrow split. Of course, this is aortic stenosis, the S2 can be seen. So narrow split in S2, as gap between A2 and P2 will be less than 30 milli per second. Paradoxical split is there, that is P2 comes before A2, right? And S4 can be seen if there is hypertrophy, left atrial hypertrophy, so S4 will be present, right? And if a patient is going to heart failure, then S3 can be heard, right? The murmur will be like ejection systolic murmur, also known as crescendo decrescendo murmur. Murmur of aortic stenosis radiate to carotid artery, that is carotid thrill. So we can confuse it with mitral regurgitation, because there is a phenomena known as Gallagher phenomena, where vibration of cusp of walls when blood passes from aortic annulus lead to murmur radiate into axilla, right? So axillary radiation can be seen. This radiation into axilla can lead to confusion of aortic stenosis with mitral regurgitation, as murmur of mitral regurgitation also radiate to axilla. Got it? So we'll continue with some grading. Let's see. On ECG, we can see the very deep S wave in lead 1, V1, very tall R wave in lead V5, T wave inversion in V5 and V6. CT ratio will increase. Let's see the wall size. It can be mild, moderate and severe. Less than 1.5 to 2 is mild, less than 1 to 1.5 is moderate, less than 1 is severe. CT chest to see calcification, as we know in old age we can see the fibrocalcification. So coronary angiography is indicated in old age. Treadmill and dobutamine stress echo test is not done, and that death in patient will be due to syncope and angina. If it is within 3 years, if death is occurring, that is due to syncope and angina. If death is occurring in 2 years, then dyspnea is the cause. If death is occurring in 1.5 to 2 years, then congestive heart failure. So highest chances with congestive heart failure. We have the stages like stage 1, A, B, C and D. Risk factor is present but no narrowing. B is progressive narrowing of valve can be seen. Severe aortic stenosis but patient is asymptomatic, right? Severe aortic stenosis with symptoms. So stage C and D is quite problematic for us. So let's see the severe aortic stenosis, what it tells. The transvalvular pressure gradient is more than 40 mmHg. Transvalvular pressure, that is the pressure difference between left ventricle and aorta. Ejection velocity is more than 4 milli per second. Size of orifice is less than 1 centimeter square, less than 0.6 centimeter square, that is the body surface area. For this treatment, stage D will do the transcatheter aortic valve replacement. Stage C, if a patient has concomitant risk factor like concomitant triple vessel disease, left ventricular ejection fraction is less than 50%. In this condition, again treatment is TAVR. Statins given to prevent atherosclerosis and triple vessel disease. Statins doesn't prevent progression of calcification. So that is all about aortic stenosis. Hope you like the video. Thank you.